How did you cheat the system? Back in college, I was about to take the hardest final exam I'd ever faced. It was for a mandatory course in my major, one where the professor took pride in how few students passed. His tests were brutal, his lectures impossible to follow, and his office hours more like a riddle contest than actual help. To make things worse, the exam was worth 50% of our grade. If I failed, I wouldn't graduate. I studied as hard as I could, but the material was overwhelming. By the night before, I knew I wasn't ready. I wasn't lazy, I was desperate. That's when I made the decision to cheat. Our professor was notorious for leaving the classroom unlocked the night before tests, and a wild idea sparked in my mind. I waited until late that night when the halls were empty, and with my heart pounding, I snuck into the classroom. Sure enough, the exams were stacked on his desk. I didn't take one instead. I carefully flipped through the pages, jotting down notes as fast as I could. I didn't take pictures, didn't disturb the stack, and was out of there in under 10 minutes. The next day, I walked into the exam feeling oddly calm. I knew enough to tackle the multiple choice section confidently and had prepared solid answers for the essay questions. By the time I handed in my paper, I almost felt guilty for how smoothly it went. When the grades came back, I'd scored one of the highest marks in the class. My professor even congratulated me, calling my essay insightful. I forced a smile, but inside, I was torn between relief and shame. Looking back, I don't think I cheated the system as much as I cheated myself. I passed the class, graduated on time, and moved on. But that experience stuck with me. It taught me how easy it is to justify breaking the rules when you're desperate. Do I regret it? Maybe. But in that moment, I felt like I didn't have another choice. Sometimes the system feels impossible.